Hi and welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you here. I created the 28 Honoring the Cycle challenge, so I'm posting every day on Instagram, and according to that post on Instagram, I'm uploading according to that specific topic a longer version to give a more explanation. So I'm really excited about the next topic, that is like your hormones, like the change of your hormones throughout the cycle, and explaining a bit further why this is not random. Maybe you already know that like the main big things in your cycle in being a woman is the ovulation and the menstruation, and those been ruled by hormones. And nothing is happening random in nature, in our cycle, in our bodies. And I just wanted to dive a bit deeper into that topic. So basically, the two hormones are like creating or like pushing through the egg to be released, the blood to be shed, the tissues to be released on your menstruation by two main hormones, estrogen and progesterone. And basically those two hormones, they are shifting throughout the cycle according where you are. So everything is happening based on like a really intelligent blueprint of your body. Nothing is happening random here. And with like those changes, like your internal world, your emotions, your entire being, your physical body is actually changing. So you can actually measure then that within those 28 days, like kind of like roundabout, like a cycle is 28 days. According to that, every day you're basically a different person, you're a different woman, because your entire perception, because of your hormones, is able to change. So maybe whenever you kind of like recognize like at one day you just had like this specific thought in mind, this specific dish that you wanted to eat, this specific recipe or this craving that you had, you only had this on this specific day, and the next day that completely changed and you feel super different, and you kind of wonder, are you acting out or are you getting crazy? But no, you aren't. This is where your cycle is coming into place. So basically your cycle, your hormones are ruling your entire life, your entire perception. It is interesting during your ovulation, like when your body is basically wanting to reproduce and attract the male to reproduce, your entire being, your physical body is looking different because of the shifts of your hormones. Your skin is looking like more softer, it's looking more lush, more vibrant, and that is based on biology. It is not random or anything. And maybe the feeling of feeling confident, feeling super like amazing, feeling energized is also there because of a reason. So because this is like the state where you're like most like healthy, most like energized, and this is the time where you're able to attract, like to receive this pregnancy potentially. And then coming to the menstruation, that is basically the time, like completely the opposite, like being more vulnerable, being more like open, being more emotionally, especially the time before the menstruation can be a bit challenging for many women. And this is also, not like a random situation that is happening. It is like also in a way to help you, to serve you, to support you. Because maybe you recognize whenever you're like this 1 week before your menstruation, or just like a few days before your menstruation, you're getting like critical thoughts, you're questioning a lot, you're like doubting your entire existence, and it's basically there to support you. It sounds crazy, but yes, it is. It is a way of like showing you or like confronting you in areas of your life where you might not be really honest with you, where you're neglecting things, and everything is coming up here in this area. If we kind of compare this to the ovulation, it's like this heightened energy, and then the menstruation, like this super low energy, and also like the shift of the hormones are like also ruling this entire process. I think maybe women, maybe when they hear this, kind of like, yeah, I always wanted to stay like in this summery, like ovulation vibe, this heightened energy, and not in this menstruation, this low energy. But just to give you like a little hint, or like a, not a hint, but yeah, just like a further reflection here. I bet if you are staying every day in your summer, nothing is changing. At some point, it's getting boring, and you really wish for this like other death cycle. I like to call like menstruation like a death cycle, like this kind of ending of the cycle, this new beginning, this letting go of the old, and this cycle needs to occur. I think you can also like bring it down to like, do you really want to live in a climate where it's always sunny and you don't have any seasons? I kind of doubt that, but look in with yourself if this feels true or not. And I hope this makes clear, or that is clear, it makes sense. And see you in my next video. Ciao.